everybody's doing really well today. So today I will be talking about a new artist that I discovered, which I'm super excited about, and I did already order one of the books. Typical, I know. But while chatting about the artist and, the coloring books that you can get from them, I am going to be coloring in my Hatchet Heroes Disney Trompe La something, Tomb 2. I've shown this book about 1,000,000,000 times, but this is the page I'll be working on. In case you're curious, this is from Inside Out, and it has the color palette here on the bottom. But yeah, I'll just dive on in. I'll try to color and talk at the same time, which may be problematic, but also for these pictures, I always use my Crayola Super Tips, but today I'll be using this Edding pencil for the black outline because this pencil is amazing. Marker. This marker is absolutely amazing in these books because the black tends to be the first marker to die out because you do a lot of black outlines. So if you've been wondering like what kind of marker works in these books and doesn't bleed through, this is absolutely fabulous. And I recently bought like a 10-pack of them, I think, online, and they were fairly inexpensive, and they are fabulous. Also, I'll start coloring, and then I'll talk about, the artist that everybody came here to hear about. But very recently, my stepdad started his own Etsy store, which is so exciting. So my stepdad is a carpenter and a woodworker, and he does absolutely amazing work. He actually built the house that my parents currently live in. And so he started the Etsy store, and he's selling handmade cutting boards that have like beautiful layered wood pieces. So I will leave the link to his store down below in case anybody wants to check it out. All the cutting boards are one of a kind, and they're just stunning. And yeah, I just wanted to give him a shout out because I know he's really excited, and his work is just stunning. So, always happy to support family and an artist, Yeah, it's not coloring book related, but in case anybody's in the market for a beautiful cutting board, just want to give him a shout out. But that being said, the artist I wanted to talk to you today about was Coco Wyo. I am probably saying that wrong. And I don't think it's like one artist. I think it's just the printing press. So kind of like the Jade Summer, I get, like in a way, because Jade Summer's obviously not just one artist. But I owe this discovery to Danny from Danny Buttons. She posted a video where she did a flip of one of the books, and I immediately was like, yes, like that's absolutely adorable. So I went on Amazon and kind of just did a little bit of digging to see like who the art, like the printing is, the artist and such, because I've never heard anybody talk about these books. And I was blown away by the variety and the total adorableness. I don't know how to say it, but they're precious. So I have 12 books that I wanted to mention, and they do have more than the 12 books, but these are the ones that stood out to me. And I want to start off with the one that got me to look into it, and it's called Time to Travel with Baby Sloth. And it is as adorable as it sounds. That's actually the one that Danny did a full flip of. So this series has 4 books. Time to Travel with Baby Sloth. There's a baby cat, a baby llama, and a baby dog. So I added the baby sloth and the baby dog to my wish list. Also, these books are very affordable. They're under $4. I think they're like $3.95 in the US dollars or something. So they are affordable and so cute. I'm sure the paper is quite thin. I'm assuming it's like Amazon printed paper. But I mean, no, like, I'm sorry, but like, who cares? They're so nice. So it has scenes from like different cities around the world. And these animals, like the sloth, the cat, the llama, the dog, whoever, are traveling, and they're like little tourists, and they have like little backpacks and cameras and selfie sticks, and so nice. And fortunately, if you go and look at them on Amazon, and I will leave the links to everything down below, if you look at the links, you can see a couple of the photo, like the pictures that are in the book, so you can kind of see what you're signing up for, and I'm all for it. So it has the 4 books of the traveling animals. Like I said, I added 2 of them to my wish list, but I did buy their 30-day happiness challenge coloring book, because to me that just seemed really interesting, and I love a good challenge, and things like happiness mean a lot to me, and it's something that I do focus upon. So I thought it would be a cool book to own, and I actually have a cool video planned using that book. So it should be here on Wednesday. Today is Monday, so a couple of days. And then from there, I will start my video, and you'll just have to wait to see what it is. But yeah, the book looks really nice. I think it has maybe a little bit, some quotes in it, or like some small sayings, and just like some activities that are naturally relaxing. So yeah, I'm excited. When I do get the book, I will do a flippy flip. Just because, again, I haven't seen anybody do a flip of it. And when I started looking into this artist or this printing company, whatever, I looked up their name on YouTube to see, if other people have talked about them. And Danny's video came up because she did that full flip. And then Lavella's coloring corner because she hauled one of those books in her video. But besides that, I didn't see anything else about this artist, which is shocking. And I wonder if, now that the YouTube coloring community is slowly discovering them, I wonder if they're going to skyrocket now, which would be cool. I mean, it's always nice to support new, and up and coming businesses, and yeah, everything arts and crafts, all for it. So that was the 30-day happiness challenge. The next one I think is also might be a crowd favorite is called Animal Village, and it looks very nice. I really like the style. In a way, it reminds me of the was it Tiny Mouse Village? Oh goodness, Tiny Village. There's a bunch of those books. I know there's also a Christmas one now. I think it's Tiny Village. It has cute little rats and rodents and stuff. But this has bigger animals like bears and such, but they're still doing, their everyday little activities. Let's pause on this black and actually pick a marker so it's a little less boring. All right, I need a dark blue. Sorry, I'm sidetracking, but yeah, so that's Animal Village. That one's also might end up on my wish list. I'm genuinely waiting to see how it goes with my 30-day coloring challenge book, because that one was the most up my alley. So we will see, but I am excited. There's also another unique one. It's called National Animals. And the cover is very America patriotic, so it cracked me up. But I think it might also be very educational, because I can't say that I know much about national animals of other countries. I don't know, I guess that's embarrassing, but we weren't really taught about it at school. So unless I looked into it on my own, which I haven't, I wouldn't really know about the national animals. So I think that one might be a neat one, and educational at the same time, which, is just a win-win situation. Who doesn't want to have fun and learn at the same time, right? So that one I think is worth taking a look at. And the one after is called Horse. That's all I wrote down. I have a little checklist in front of me. But it's the horse coloring book. And it has some very beautiful horses with flowing hair or manes, whatever you want to call them. The cover also is stunning. So I think that might be also very nice for anybody that's a horse lover. I'll be honest, I'm not a horse lover. I haven't had much exposure to horses. I've unfortunately been kicked by one before, so maybe that's why maybe that's why I'm not the biggest fan of horses, because, you know, being kicked in the back by one will do that to you. But actually, I don't know if I ever told my mom that story. Whoops. But yeah, but it looks very nice. If you're a horse fan or you're looking to get a gift for somebody that you know enjoys being around horses or coloring horses, or you want to low-key like guilt them into becoming a colorist, maybe it's a good place to start. You know, I'm all for the passive-aggressive guilt trips of doing arts and crafts with you. I have actually been trying to guilt my mother for years to make soap with me. It is yet to happen, but you know, I still got time. So that was the horse coloring book. The next one I have written down is called the fashion coloring book. And to be honest, it's called like fashion for girls or fashion for women coloring book. No, fashion coloring book for women, I think is the name of it. So I was kind of like, why for women? Like, why can't anybody else just color in it? So I was a little salty about that for a second, but you know, that's just lack of caffeine and just it being a Monday. But it looks very nice. Again, you can see some of the pictures on the back, which I love. I think it's completely unacceptable when, you know, a company posts their coloring book and absolutely no preview. So you are just shopping blind and you don't know what you're paying for. So they do have pictures, which is beautiful. And the designs look very nice, very like edgy and high end. And it just brings me back because I used to draw a lot of like fashion imagery when I was younger. I wanted to be a fashion designer, you know, as I'm assuming a lot of 12-year-old girls or 12-year-olds want to be. But yeah, that one's really neat. I might consider getting that one as well, just because I don't have any fashion like books, and I think it would be very nice and relaxing to, you know, channel my inner 12-year-old. I used to like be convinced I was going to be the next Dolce & Gabbana. But the only fashion coloring book I have is Color by Number, so this would definitely be a different experience compared to that. Can you tell what it is? Maybe, but like I said, this is from Inside Out. So that was the fashion coloring book. And I think they might have even 2 fashion coloring books. I could be making that up, but I know they have at least one. The next one that really caught my eye was called Animal City. So we did have Animal Town earlier, but this is Animal City. And the style of the art is actually very different. This is more, it reminds me more of like Japanese street art in a way. It's more also like comic booky, if that makes any sense. But it's definitely a different art style compared to the Animal Village that I mentioned earlier, which I think is cool because, you know, they're appealing to a wider market and just, you know, trying to get more clientele out of it, and nothing wrong with that. Both books look really cool and really different. So yeah, if you like coloring animals, but maybe like the cutesy little animals like an Animal Village are not your type or not your style, I think Animal City might be a neat one to check out. Just give it a gander. Never know, you might enjoy it. And moving right along into a book called The Midnight Garden Coloring Book. And this one looks very beautiful. It's all about like florals, and I think there might be some butterflies and such in the book, but from the pictures that I saw on Amazon, it's black background, or at least, again, the pictures that they showed. And I'm assuming that's the midnight garden, like the midnight part coming into play. And it just looks like it would be really, really cool to color. You know, I think it would make the colors pop more. So if you had like a vivid orange or a vivid pink, I think it would stand out beautifully against the black background. I believe it's double-sided. I could be making that up, but that's another one also. When I looked at the pictures, I was honestly like, wow, like that's stunning. But the last thing I need is another floral book. I have a few too many. You know, I have Johanna Basford's like World of Flowers and such. So I'm going to hold off on getting that one because I should probably color more in Johanna's book since I already own it. But that being said, this one is stunning. And again, the prices on these books were all quite nice. I can't remember the price for this one, but yeah, they were all very well priced. The 30-day coloring challenge one I got was under $4, I want to say. It was definitely under 5. So get it before they raise the prices. I don't know if they will raise their prices, but who knows? And the last book I wanted to mention today is called Sugar Skulls. And this gave me very strong, like, Day of the Living Dead vibes. Just very beautiful skulls, like elegant, like floral designs, and just elaborate, like swirls and zigzags, and just stunning. Absolutely stunning. I never thought that I would be a skull kind of gal because I just get scared, like, by the smallest things. But I did a picture in Johanna Basford's, like, the World of Flowers book I was talking about. And I did a skull a couple of months ago, and I loved how it turned out. Because, again, it's the contrast of, like, the black. I made the skull black, I guess I should mention that. The contrast of the black versus the bright colors of the flowers and such. It's just such... It's very nicely done. Like, the contrast just stands out. It makes the colors seem much more vibrant and exuberant, and I loved it. So this book might be something to consider if you don't even consider yourself to be like a skull person, because I'm definitely not. But I think there's so much potential with a book like this. It doesn't have to be scary, you know. It could be the most beautiful floral arrangement you've ever seen. You know, it doesn't have to be something terrifying. It could be the most beautiful work of art you've ever made. Never know. I apologize if I'm like slurring. It's late. I've had a long day. But I was just too excited about this new discovery, this new printing company that I found, and I wanted to mention them and shout them out because, you know, when I find some books that are beautiful and budget friendly, why not shout to the rooftops about it? Because everybody deserves to have a beautiful coloring book and get it while balling on a budget. So A+ for that. But that was actually it. Those were the books I wanted to mention. They do have other books. They even have like a really scary one. The cover is like a girl with like knives in her face. So if you're into the creepy creepies, that might be a cool one. I didn't really want to mention it because I know I would never get it because I'm a child and I'm terrified of everything. But if you are a fan of the spooky creepies, it would be ideal. And like I said, I will do a flip once my book arrives. And yeah, stay tuned because I do have a really cool idea planned. Thanks so much for tuning in. I am doing a giveaway at the moment. So if you're interested, just check out my last video. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment and you can enter into the giveaway. And yeah, also do check out the Etsy store that I mentioned. And yeah, check out the beautiful cutting boards. Hope everybody likes it, and I will see everybody in the next video. Bye.